This is our EasyTrack software, and when you log in, this is what you'll see. All your vehicles are along the left hand side here, and if any of them are moving, it will show you here the speed they're doing, the current speed. If you want to watch them all together, just click this button and it just zooms out the map. At the minute we're looking at a big aerial image, so just go to Google Street Image. It makes it easier to see it and know where they are. So basically you'll see all your vehicles at the same time, and if they're moving, you just see beside their name here, it'll show you the speed they're doing. And if they're stopped, you have the option of pictures of the actual vehicle on screen, like this lorry here, or we can have arrows which turn green when the vehicle is moving, and once the vehicle stops, the arrow turns red. So at a quick glance you can see who's moving and who's stopped. If any of the vehicles along the left hand side, for instance, if we click on the vehicle here, it will tell you that the ignition is off, the nearest zone to it, the current kilometers on it, the reg number, and if you have a PTO or any other sensor activated, it will also tell you here whether that was on or off. This system stores 90 days history, so you can go and do a history search anytime in the last 90 days. You can just pick, for instance, we'll go, we'll just say today, for instance. There's what the vehicle did today. So if we click on this here, it just tells us the route length, move duration, stop duration, top speed, average speed, fuel consumption, and engine work, engine idle. And you can get that for any number. It's only done one journey today, but if it done more journeys, you'd see them all with two little flags the whole way along the left hand side here. You'd see P's anywhere dropped on the map, like this one here where it parked. If you had any events set up like engine on or off, or if a PTO was activated, you would see a little E exactly like the P dropped on the map where that happened. If it enters or leaves a zone, you can set up zones. You can set up zones as well. The only zone set up here is this one. We'll just zoom down on it. And that's here. So anytime the lorry enters or leaves there, you will get either an email or a notification will pop up here, a little alarm will go off, and also you can have it set up that it will send you a text message if you wish. As I said, it stores 90 days history, and it stores that for 90 days. If you want an additional period, what you do is just search for the 90 days, and you can click export that history to a file in your computer and save it there. And if you ever want to view it again, you can actually re-import it and look at it in our software. There's also a service and maintenance pack built into this software, so if you want to program in service details or tax, insurance, DOE, you can go in here and say this guy is DOE, tax. You can press this plus button and you can put in anything here, be it insurance, oil service, or whatever needs to be done. You can also record that, say you change tires, for instance. Click change tires, and you can tip into date. Just say today is the 6th of the 1st, 15. Click save, and it'll save it there as tires, change tires, and today. You can do that with anything. You can put in insurance, you can put in, like I said, service details. We also have a range of different map licenses for this software, and for instance, we just look at this guy. You're looking at the Google Streets at the minute. We have Google Satellite, which gives you a satellite image, and you can zoom down. Not wonderfully clear compared to the big. We also have big aerial. If you look at this, it's a lot clearer. We have, say, Bing Road, the Google Hybrid, which is road and satellites built in together, and the same with the Bing Hybrid. But we also have the Ordnance Survey maps. Most people, for any fleet or vehicle tracking, they like the Google Maps. You get all of those maps, so it's not that you have to choose one. You get all of those, and you can choose whichever or swap between them as you go along. This system works worldwide, so if your vehicle travels anywhere outside of Ireland, it'll still track it there and show you history there. It updates every 10 seconds, so when a vehicle is moving on screen, you'll see it move every 10 seconds or every 100 metres on the road. For the €9 a month, it covers Ireland, the UK, and all of Europe as well. If you go outside that area, there will be additional charges because of the roaming charges. This system also records, it's not just set to do in this account, but on the events tab here, if a vehicle leaves or enters a certain area, or if an ignition goes on or off, or a PTO is activated, it'll all be saved here. And if you click on it, it'll show you exactly where on the map that happened and the time it happened at as well. You can be notified of a number of events, and these can be set up in settings. So we can go into events and just say in this system we would set up there engine on, engine off, power cut, PTO engaged, SOS, which is an emergency button. If a worker is in trouble or driver's in trouble, he can click that and send an emergency message. A sensor, we can hook into door sensors, be it a seat sensor or any digital or analog sensor, fuel levels, things like that. They can tell you maybe even hydraulic pressure on certain things, fridge temperatures, if you have a refrigerated truck behind you, and service due, say, zone in or out. Also a number of other ones. I'll just show you all the different ones. We have, say, man down, which will be the same as the SOS. Shock, that if the vehicle is stationary and somebody tries to break into it, it'll sense the vibration. Tow, if the vehicle's moving and the engine's not on. Power cut, if somebody cuts the power to the tracker. Low battery, no connection or signal jamming, overspeed, underspeed, sudden acceleration and sudden braking. The sensor, as I explained, the service and zone in or out. And over here, basically, it'll give you a system message. If we click this, it'll play a sound. You hear it every time something happens. Say you're at your computer and you weren't watching it, it would just bring your attention to it. You can pop in your email address and it'll send you an email when that happens. Or we can program it at a small extra cost to have you get a text message. You can set up sub-accounts for other users, and say if you want to say for somebody who works for you or a customer, and you can limit what they see. You know, if you only want them to see one vehicle that's doing deliveries to them, or if you want to see them all, you can prevent them from seeing history or zones and things like that as well, which is handy. If you wish, you can have, say, the map in full screen. We just press this here. It hides that, and just click that, and it just hides the trucks, and you can see them all then full screen if you wish, rather than some people don't need to see this over here, so you can just hide that anytime you want to, and you can watch them on full screen as well. And then this system updates every 10 seconds, so if your vehicle is moving, you'll see him move on the screen every 10 seconds, and it just leaves a little green trail behind it from the direction it's after coming from as well. If you want to, you can do an address search. Say for instance, you can pop in base. Spelled that wrong. And it'll just show you the address as well. You can also search by pressing this for grid coordinates. You can put in longitude and latitude of any destination and it'll show that as well. There's a distance measuring ruler on it as well, so if you want to just, you click, it'll tell you the distance, and just now you can zigzag it as much as you want to along the main road and it'll tell you the distance. You can also program daily, weekly, monthly reports by pressing this button here. There's a range of, you can get general information, which is just all put together and it's easier to see it. You can see drives and stops, travel sheets, overspeeds, underspeeds, so on, in or out, or any events, service details, fuel level, fuel fillings and fuel thefts as well. So just to show you, if we want to do one, say we'll just pick general information. Let's see, move on. 61st. Found, so obviously nothing happened with that today. Just now we want to do, we'll just pick, say, the travel sheet. We do this Ford Transit and go from the 1st of January to the 6th. Just click create. Just generates this report. And it just shows you all the different journeys, the route, say starting point, ending point, the date over here on the left, the length of the journey, and the amount of fuel used as well. Just close out of that. So if there's anything else you need to know or any questions you have, I'm sure I've left out stuff, just give us a call, 085 11 11 177, or if you wish, you can go onto our website, easytrack.ie. It's easytrack.ie, and just fill out a form there and we'll get back to you. Thanks.